One thing I do remember though is that I was insanely itchy after we got back to the recovery room. It was like all around my nose and right here and my eyes. I could not stop scratching. He told me that that was completely normal, but that was something I was not ready for. I was still itchy like that whole day and night. After I did skin to skin for a little while, my parents were there and so they got to bring them back and they got to meet my son. Again, I don't really remember all of that, but we got a video of it, luckily, so I get to watch that back and relive that moment. We did have to spend like 4 hours in the recovery room because they didn't have any rooms available, and so we had to wait for somebody to be discharged before we could go up and have our own room. Got brought up to our room just in time because my cousin and I that were pregnant together had babies like literally 2 days apart. She was getting discharged from the hospital like an hour after I got brought to my room. So her and her boyfriend got to bring their baby to our room, and it was just such a special thing. They were actually only, what, like 2 doors down, babe?
Yeah, not even. It was like a 1 second walk.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So that was just super exciting. We literally talked our whole pregnancy about how cool it would be if they got to meet in the hospital, and they did. Overall, I had a really good experience, and if I had to have another C-section, I totally would. Going into it, I was so terrified, but now being able to be past it and look back at it, I just know now that I worried myself way too much. No, it's not the case for everyone, so I feel super, super grateful that I was able to have a good experience with mine. Even though my actual birth experience was really good, I did deal with a lot of like mental things. So once I got home, I'd always look forward to having my baby naturally. I like had that bond with him when I first had him and for the first couple days. And then around day 5 or so is when my hormones dropped and everything hit me. I actually made a video about this. If you guys haven't seen it, you can go find that one. Talk about my baby blues and like postpartum depression type stuff. Luckily, that only lasted a couple weeks. It started around day 5 and I want to say it lasted till about week 3. It was just difficult because at times I just felt like I didn't have a connection with him and I didn't feel like he was my baby. I felt like I was taking care of somebody else's baby. Now I feel that connection that everyone talks about, and it just makes me so happy. I literally could cry just looking at him right now. I just love him so much. Anyways, that is my birth story. I am gonna go before I start crying. If you guys have any questions you want me to answer or anything like that, comment them down below. I would love to answer anything C-section related, postpartum related, preparing for my C-section, literally anything. I hope you guys have a great day. Love you.